Hello, everybody. It's about that time. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Thanks so much for stopping by. I do appreciate it, guys. Well, I guess most of you probably heard by now. It's been a week or so. Stone Brewery sold out to Sabro. I think a Japanese beer company or whatever. They have a bunch of different beers that they're in control of now. So, old Greg sold out $165 million. That's a few pennies. So, very hard to say no to that much money. I mean, really. And probably split between him and his partner that started it. So 165 million between two people. I'd say that's a good retirement, I would think. Anyway, when I was at the beer store last time, y'all have seen I've got the Enjoy By for the 4th of July, which is tomorrow. And I'm going to do that beer, and I was going to do that beer, and I was going to do this one sometime, whatever. But now that we've got that information, we have to get those beers done, because this guy's probably not going to buy any more Stone beers. I'm not supporting Sabro. So, that being said, it is your option to choose what you want to spend your money on. So anyway, one of my subscribers had mentioned a couple months ago that he thought I should re-review this. And I seen it out there when I was there, and I said, yeah, I'll do it again. It's been quite a while since I've done. I didn't go back and look, see when it was or anything, guys. I'm just gonna, this is the first time I've ever had this beer, so that's how I'm going to treat it. I don't know how many times I've reviewed it. I know at least once, maybe even twice, 2 or 3 times. But anyway, we're going to see. This is a big beer. RuinTen from Stone Brewing, 10.8%. Yep. And it was put in the can on 4/20/22 and enjoyed by 8/18/22. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're actually giving it a 4-month shelf life. Probably because it's an imperial at 10, a triple at 10, if that was a class. And I paid $3.59. So it wasn't an expensive beer. It's a 12 ounce, but it's almost 11%. So that's a real good price for that. So, sounds like a deal. I mean, 6 of these would have been a steal with that much alcohol for what that costs. So, anyway, and it doesn't tell me here, I don't think. No, it doesn't tell me what a 6-pack would have cost on this ticket, but anyway, you're going to get a good deal for that much alcohol. And this beer has good ratings. I mean, it had a heavy following back in the day. So I don't think I've had one for a long time, and actually the last one that I had would probably be the one I've reviewed. So with that being said, of course, Stone's in California, and 110 IBUs on this big puppy here. That's a lot of bitterness. I don't even know if most human palates could even detect bitterness over 100 IBUs. Says here, in our brewers tasting panel, we all get excited every time we sample one of our new beers for the first time, when we absolutely nail a beer and get exactly what we're hoping for. They've been making this beer for a long time. This is definitely not a new beer, guys. So this must be ancient description here. I'm not going to read that. Anyway, double dry hopping the amount, 50-50 blend of Centennial and Citra. Combination is, dare I say, magic. Well, we'll see about that. But it is a big beer, guys. Just realize this is a 10.8%. So, with that being said, you would think, a 10.8%er. Even a 12-ounce can would probably be in the $5 to $6 range for that much alcohol. So Stone's a pretty big operation, and they had a brewery here on this side, so I don't know if they're still producing beer in Virginia. I would say if they are, this is where this one comes from. Yeah, it says brewed and canned by Stone Brewing, Escondido, California, and Richmond, Virginia. So if I was guessing, I'd say this one comes from Richmond, since that's 3 hours away. And Escondido's 3 days away. Alright, into the glass we go, guys. It's a very rich amber color. And that being the malt. I mean, how much malt to produce almost 11%? Quite a bit. That's why a lot of these 9, 10, 11% double or imperial or triple, as some of them want to call them, takes a lot of malt. And a lot of times they get that dark, almost to the reddish ruby color sometimes, but definitely a deep, rich copper amberish color on the darker side. To the nose we go. Finger ahead on that poor guy's, and I can see light through it. I mean, it's not cloudy. And when I get into these, and again, it kind of reminds me of the Dogfish beers, you know, like the 90s and the 120s. They're not, you know, even though they have a ton of hops in them and they have a ton of malts in them, they're not brewed to be New England style beers, guys. So this is a big triple West Coast style IPA, and that's what I'm getting. I mean, it's super. The malt is almost as powerful as the hops are, like a Dogfish 90 is to me. I mean, it doesn't taste hoppy to me. I know there's a bunch in there, but it is just so malty. It's more of a 50-50 thing, like it's saying here, rather than the malts taking the back seat to the hops like the New England styles do. So malty, a little grapefruit, a little pine. I mean, to me, the smells. It's been a while since I've had one like what I remember a Dogfish 90 smelling like. So let's dive in. Cheers. Big IBUs, a lot of bitterness there. The 110 is absolutely correct. That is a bitter beer. This beer was brewed first time in 2012, guys. So 2022, they've been doing it for 10 years. And I seriously doubt that hardly anything has changed on this recipe. It's pretty much been the same beer year after year. And it tastes like what I remember it being. It's very tasty, guys. Don't get me wrong, it's a well-made beer. Only time will tell if them being sold to Sabro, if the quality changes, if anything changes. I just know from my personal opinion that I'm not going to support Sabro. So probably, unless somebody sends me something out of the blue, once I finish tomorrow's beer from Stone, that's going to be it. And I do still have some of those Fear Movie Lions as go-to beers in the fridge that I'm going to wrap up, but we're not going to be purchasing any more of those. So they are not going to get, I'm not going to give them any more money out of my pocket. So we're going to go sip on this, guy. It is a tasty beer, a very well made West Coast style beer. A little bit on the alcohol noticeability there, the booziness of it, but it's just, I mean, maybe that's why it's $3 or something. I mean, it's just good, not great. So that's where I'm going to leave it. I'm going to go sip on it. Be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Been sipping on it for a while, guys. This beer, like I said, super tasty, well made. It's got a big IBUs, I used to be a big fan of these big IBU, bitter, triple, imperial IPAs. I had, this was a 10 beer to me at one time, guys. Not so much anymore. And it's not just because of what's happening with them selling out. It's because of the way my palate has changed since I tasted this. I think the last time I had this was in 2016. I think this is the third time that I've reviewed this beer. And it is a tasty beer. It is a very tasty West Coast style beer. But it is super bitter. And it has a lot of hop presence to it, but it has a lot of maltiness to go with that 10.8%. So I am not quite as impressed now as I have been before. Again, I contributed more to where my palate is as opposed to that, because in 2016 I think I probably not had a New England style beer. I'm not sure, I didn't go look, but you get much more hoppy notes and a whole lot less bitter notes to go with it. And you can have pretty much the same ABV if you so choose to. So I'm just gone further away from those super bitter beers. I don't need 110 IBUs to make my beer enjoyable. I think this beer would have been fine with 75 or 80 instead of 110. So, but that's just me. That is just me. There's a ton of people that think this probably is the best beer they've ever drank, and I wouldn't argue with that one bit. So, I'll chug. Bottom line, guys, it reminds me of a Dogfish 90. It is a well-made beer. It is a super tasty beer. It is fairly reasonably priced for a 12-ounce can at about 10.8% to be less than $4. Very nice. Very, very nice. Not quite to 10 for me on this time, guys. I like a little smoother, easier drinking East Coast style beers now. That's just me, though. That's just me. A lot of people are tired of that style and don't like that style, don't like cloudy beer, don't like hazy beer, don't. Buy what you like. Buy what you like. And this is okay. And this is okay. Not as impressed as I was the last couple times I've had it, because, again, my palate has changed. Beer Advocate says 95 world class. Untapped has it at 4.16. 87,946 people have commented on this beer. So 10 years of producing this beer, and it seems to be pretty much the same every time that I've had it. But not as impressed now as I was in 2016, because, again, my palate has changed, guys. I like the little easier drinking beers that don't have that heavier malt taste like this and a Dogfish 90 has. So more hoppy, more juicier than the more malty style is working better for me now. So if you've had the 2022 edition of RuinTen from Stone, let me know what you think. And again, guys, I'm sure everybody has an opinion. I mean, I hate it that they've sold out, and I understand why. $165 million, a lot of money, probably for two people. Again, I got one more Stone beer in there, guys, that's going to be reviewed. And again, one of the other beers I have in there from Stone, my go-to beers right now, sadly, there won't be no more Stone beers bought in this household. So join me tomorrow for the 4th of July. Enjoy your beer. Until then, let's go see what's in the fridge.